In the soft light of a Los Angeles morning, where palm-lined streets mingle with the sound of the Pacific Ocean, Oscar-winning actress and Hollywood icon Sandra Bullock sits quietly in her modern home, contemplating a life well lived. Born on July 26, 1964, in Arlington County, Virginia, Sandra Bullock has become one of the world's most beloved stars, with memorable roles in Speed, The Blind Side, and Gravity. At 60, she continues to shine, not only as an actress, but also as a producer and philanthropist. But behind her bright smile and confident demeanor, Sandra carries a deep sadness, a wound she rarely shares. Her greatest sorrow was the cheating scandal of her ex-husband Jesse James in 2010, right after she won her Oscar. A betrayal that not only destroyed her marriage, but also made her face the pain publicly in front of the whole world. This sadness, like a quiet melody, followed her through the years, making her cry silently in the dark many times, wondering if she could ever trust love again. That pain was not only a personal loss, but also a feeling of being deeply hurt by the public scrutiny, a scar that she carried with her for the rest of her life, even at the peak of her fame. Sandra Bullock's greatest sorrow stemmed from a heartbreaking event in March 2010, when she was at the peak of her career after winning the Oscar for Best Actress for The Blind Side. Just days after that moment of glory, news broke that Jesse James, whom she had married in 2005, had been having an affair with multiple women, including a tattooed model named Michelle "Bombshell" McGee. Sandra remembers reading the headline in a tabloid newspaper at a Los Angeles supermarket, and her heart stopped. She returned to the house in Austin, Texas, where she and Jesse had made their home, and sat alone in the living room, tears streaming down her face as she read the text messages and emails between Jesse and the other women. The betrayal not only destroyed her trust in the man she loved, but also left her feeling ashamed and vulnerable under the scrutiny of the public. In the weeks that followed, as reporters swarmed around her home and talk shows buzzed about the affair, Sandra felt like she was living a nightmare. She told Vogue in 2013 that those days were the darkest time of my life, as she not only lost her marriage, but also struggled to protect her adopted son Louis, whom she and Jesse had adopted just months earlier. The sadness was deepened by the realization that she had placed her complete trust in Jesse, a man she had once considered her rock solid, only to discover that he had been cheating on her for years. Though she forgave Jesse and moved on, the pain remained an inseparable part of Sandra, a reminder of the fragility of love and the power of resilience. Sandra Bullock's career has been an inspiring journey from aspiring young actress to one of Hollywood's most powerful stars, but it's not without its trials and tribulations. Born into an artistic family, to German opera singer Helga Meyer and vocal coach John Bullock, Sandra grew up between Washington, D.C. and Germany, where she was exposed to theater at a young age. After graduating from East Carolina University with a degree in acting, she moved to New York to pursue her dream, working odd jobs such as waitressing to make ends meet. Her breakthrough role came in 1994's Speed, where she starred opposite Keanu Reeves in an action thriller about a bus that can't stop. The film grossed over $350 million worldwide and made Sandra an international star at the age of 30. The following years saw her career diversify, with roles in romantic comedies like While You Were Sleeping in 1995, dramas like A Time to Kill in 1996, and comedies like Miss Congeniality in 2000. Her biggest success came in 2009 with The Blind Side, where she played Leanne Tuohy, a strong-willed foster mother. The film not only grossed $309 million, but also won her an Oscar, a Golden Globe, and a Screen Actors Guild Award, cementing her status in the industry. Films like 2013's Gravity, which grossed $723 million, and 2018's Ocean's 8 further cemented her reputation. while her production work on projects like The Proposal and The Lost City showed her keen artistic and business sense. However, Sandra's career hasn't always been smooth sailing. One of her biggest flops was 1997's Speed 2. Cruise Control, a critically panned sequel without Keanu Reeves. The film grossed just $164 million against a $160 million budget, and Sandra has said she felt embarrassed promoting it. She cried after a press conference in London, feeling like she had let audiences down. Another flop was 2009's All About Steve, where she played a quirky character who was deemed lacking in depth. The film was panned, and Sandra was awarded the Golden Raspberry Award for Worst Actress, an experience she faced with humor, but which still left her crying in the car on the way home, worried that her career would be affected. Another challenge was the pressure of fame, especially after The Blind Side, when she faced constant media scrutiny. There were days when she woke up to find paparazzi outside her house, which made her feel like she was losing her freedom. She cried in the studio while preparing for Gravity, not because the role was difficult, but because of the pressure to prove herself worthy of an Oscar. Still, Sandra bounced back from each setback, continuing to work with the belief that every role is an opportunity to tell a new story. Her relentless efforts, from doing her own stunts in Speed to learning to work with CGI in Gravity, are a testament to her dedication to her art. Sandra Bullock's achievements go beyond just being a famous actress, but also using her talent and influence to create lasting value. One of her biggest goals is to bring strong, inspirational roles to women around the world. Her role as Lee Ann Tuohy in The Blind Side is an example, where she not only acted but also met the real Tuohy family to learn more about their story. The success of the film, with over 1.5 million theater admissions and many awards, is her greatest pride because it spreads a message of kindness and change. Sandra also aspires to establish herself as a producer. Her production company, Fortis Films, founded in 1995, has brought hits such as Hope Floats, The Proposal, and The Lost City, proving that she is not only an actress but also a talented businesswoman. She was named one of the most powerful actresses in Hollywood by Forbes in 2010 and 2014, with earnings of $56 million and $51 million, respectively. Another accomplishment is her philanthropic work. Sandra has donated millions of dollars to the American Red Cross, including $1 million after the 2011 Japanese tsunami and $1 million after Hurricane Katrina in 2005. She also supports local schools in New Orleans, where she owns a home and was honored with the Humanitarian Award at the 2013 People's Choice Awards. These accomplishments, though requiring years of hard work and sacrifice, are a testament to Sandra's relentless spirit, a person who believes that art and kindness can change the world. Sandra Bullock's love and marriage is a story of faith, betrayal, and healing, but also of deep sadness. Before meeting Jesse James, Sandra dated several celebrities, including actor Tate Donovan from 1990 to 1994 and NFL star Troy Aikman in 1995. However, she kept her personal life private, staying away from public relationships. In 2003, she met Jesse James, a mechanic and reality TV star with the show Monster Garage. Sandra was attracted to Jesse's honesty and rebellious style, and they married on July 16, 2005, at a ranch in Santa Barbara, California. Their marriage was initially filled with joy, with Sandra adopting Jesse's 3 children and building a harmonious family with him. She shared in a 2007 interview with People that Jesse was the man who made me feel safe, and she dreamed of a quiet life with him in Austin. But the 2010 cheating scandal ruined everything. Sandra filed for divorce in April 2010, and the case was finalized in June of that year. Her greatest grief in love was the feeling of betrayal by the person she trusted most, a pain magnified by the constant media attention. She recalls a night in Los Angeles when she sat in her son Louis' room and cried, fearing that the scandal would affect his future. After the divorce, Sandra focused on raising her children and avoided romantic relationships for many years, although she began dating photographer Brian Randall in 2015. The relationship brought new joy, but Brian's death from ALS in 2023 was another sorrow, forcing her to confront loss once again. Sandra has learned to heal over time, finding solace in her work and her children, but the pain of her marriage to Jesse remains an indelible part of her heart. Sandra Bullock's children have been the biggest source of light in her life, bringing joy and meaning even in the most difficult times. In 2010, just before the Jesse James scandal broke, Sandra and Jesse adopted a black baby boy named Louis Bardo Bullock, born in January 2010 in New Orleans. Sandra has said that she felt a special connection with Louis from the moment she first met him at a hospital, and that becoming a foster mother was her biggest dream. After her divorce, Sandra continued to raise Louis alone, dedicating herself to providing him with a stable and loving life. In 2015, she adopted another black baby girl, Layla Bullock, from an orphanage in Louisiana. Layla, then 3 years old, had experienced a lot of trauma, and Sandra worked with mental health professionals to help her adjust. She regularly takes Louis and Layla to parks in Los Angeles, reads to them every night, and attends school activities despite her busy schedule. Sandra told Red Table Talk in 2021 that, "My children are my miracle," and she is proud to see Louis now.